The forest was quiet except for the rustle of leaves. And we followed the Buddha along a hidden path. His steps were deliberate, and his gaze seemed to see beyond the tangible world into something profound. Suddenly, the sound of an arrow slicing through the air broke the stillness. Drawing our attention, in the clearing ahead, a lone archer stood, his brow furrowed with intensity, releasing arrows at a distant target. "Your teachings have disrupted my life," the farmer roared, his voice trembling with emotion. "My son has abandoned our fields to follow you." The disciples exchanged uncertain glances, unsure of how their teacher would respond to this sudden intrusion. "Disciples," the Buddha began, his voice as calm as a still pond, "what do you see before you?" His question prompted us to look closer. But the scene seemed ordinary. Nothing remarkable at first glance. One disciple spoke hesitantly. "Master, we see an archer practicing his skill, aiming for perfection, yet he looks discontented." The Buddha nodded, his expression inviting deeper reflection. The archer, noticing our presence, turned toward us, his expression a mixture of curiosity and irritation. The Buddha stepped forward and addressed him gently. "Friend, your skill with the bow is admirable. But tell me, why do you persist with such intensity?" The archer hesitated, then replied, "Master, in this world, only the strong and precise thrive. I cannot afford to falter." His words carried the weight of an unspoken struggle, a fear hidden behind his determined demeanor. The Buddha picked up an arrow from the ground, its tip gleaming in the sunlight. Holding it delicately, he turned to us. "This arrow is sharp, its purpose clear." "You are correct," the Buddha replied, his voice as steady as the earth beneath them. "Anger is a burden carried by the one who creates it, not by the one to whom it is directed. The bow provides the flexibility needed to launch the arrow. Without it, the arrow remains inert, powerless." "But my son has left his duty behind," he protested weakly. "He should stay and work the fields with me, as he has always done. True strength lies in softness and adaptability." His words hung in the air, resonating deeply with all of us present. He invited the archer to sit with us, setting his bow and arrows aside. "Life is not a target to conquer, but a flow to embrace," the Buddha said, his tone soothing. The archer, now seated, listened intently as the Buddha shared a story. Once, a mighty tree stood tall in the forest, its trunk thick and unyielding. Beside it grew a humble reed, bending with every gust of wind. When a fierce storm swept through the forest, the mighty tree resisted the wind, standing firm against its force. "Your son, like that tree, must grow toward his own purpose," the Buddha continued, his voice like a steady rhythm. "You have nurtured him, guided him, and prepared him to make choices that align with his heart and mind." A tear glistened in the farmer's eye, though he fought to keep it hidden. His clenched fists loosened, and he exhaled deeply, as though releasing the weight of his anger. "I have always believed that family comes first," the farmer said hesitantly, his voice trembling with vulnerability. "But perhaps I have misunderstood the true meaning of care and responsibility. Your skill with the bow reflects discipline, yet it is your heart that shapes your true aim." He turned back to us, addressing everyone present. "Consider this: the sharpness of the arrow is important, but the intention behind its release defines its journey." His words flowed like a river, cutting through the layers of our understanding, leaving us with profound clarity. The archer bowed low, his voice humbled and sincere. "Master, I have spent my life seeking strength, but today you have shown me a greater path." The disciples sat in silent reverence, awed by the transformation they had witnessed in the farmer's spirit. The forest seemed to exhale with them, its leaves rustling in agreement with the Buddha's teachings. "Now, let your heart be your guide." As we departed, the forest seemed to hum with renewed energy, the leaves whispering secrets of resilience and growth. The Buddha walked ahead, his presence as steady as the earth beneath our feet. In his silence, we found the loudest truths, echoing within our own hearts. For in that moment, the lesson was not merely for the farmer, but for all who listened, the disciples, the birds in the trees, and even the forest itself. Another day, another gathering formed around the Buddha as the morning sun cast soft light through the canopy of trees. We walked on, hearts open, minds at peace, and spirits aligned with the flow of life. Another day, another walk through the vast landscapes that stretched before us. Guided by the Buddha's quiet but commanding presence, we followed him along a rocky path where the stones seemed to whisper tales of centuries past. The sky above shimmered, reflecting the wisdom the Buddha carried within his every word. As we walked, the sound of rushing water reached our ears, growing louder with each step forward. Before long, we reached the edge of a mighty river, its currents powerful and unyielding. Its surface sparkled under the sunlight, and its depths were hidden in shadow. The Buddha paused, his gaze fixed upon the river, and motioned for us to sit upon the stones by the riverbank. "Disciples," he said, his voice as calm as the flowing water, "observe this river and tell me what you see." One disciple, Maha, spoke first, his tone thoughtful yet uncertain. "Master, this river seems a force of destruction, wearing down everything in its path, relentless and unforgiving." The Buddha nodded but did not speak immediately, allowing us time to reflect. Another disciple pointed to the smooth pebbles that lined the riverbed. "Master, though the river appears fierce, it shapes these stones gently over time, softening their edges with its flow." The Buddha smiled, his eyes filled with approval. "Indeed," he began, "this river is both a force and a guide, transforming the landscape without anger, yet with steady persistence." He reached down and picked up a pebble, its surface polished smooth by years of water's touch. This pebble was once jagged, yet the river's embrace softened it without force. His gaze turned to Maha, whose earlier words spoke of destruction. "Tell me, disciple, is this river truly a destroyer, or is it a transformer, bringing about change with patience?" Maha lowered his head, pondering the Buddha's question, and replied softly, "Master, I see now that the river transforms rather than destroys." The Buddha gestured toward the water, its currents swirling with both power and grace. "Life flows like this river, moving forward, carving paths, shaping what it encounters. Resistance brings struggle, adaptation fosters harmony." His words resonated, carried by the rhythm of the river itself. Another disciple asked, "Master, how can we remain gentle when met with the sharp edges of cruelty and hardship in this world?" The Buddha turned to him, his expression serene yet deeply understanding, and answered, "A stone resists the river's flow and is worn down. A leaf surrenders and rides the current, untouched." He continued, "To stay soft in a hard world is not to surrender passively but to move with life's currents. Like this river." He rose from his seat, walking along the riverbank, his steps deliberate as he observed the water's relentless flow. "Let your kindness be like water, unyielding in its flow, yet soft in its touch." He then pointed to a large boulder sitting in the river's midst, its surface weathered by the years. "This boulder resists the current, and the river wears it down slowly. Yet even this boulder will transform." His words painted images of resilience and transformation, each sentence a thread woven into the tapestry of understanding. We watched as a leaf fell into the river, carried effortlessly by the current, its journey gentle yet certain. The Buddha smiled, his gaze following the leaf as it disappeared downstream. Even amidst life's harshest storms, softness is an armor that neither hatred nor hardship can pierce. One disciple, moved by the Buddha's wisdom, asked, "Master, Is softness truly a strength? Does it not make us vulnerable to the world's cruelty? The Buddha turned to him, his expression firm yet compassionate. Softness is not weakness. It is the strength to endure and transform, to bend without breaking. He picked up another pebble, holding it out for us to see. This pebble's smooth surface is proof of the river's gentle power, a power that transforms without violence. His words settled within us, bringing clarity and peace to minds that often wrestled with life's uncertainties. The Buddha concluded, "Be like the river, flowing forward, shaping the world with patience and persistence. Let your softness be your strength." His wisdom flowed through us like the currents of the river, leaving us deeply contemplative and inspired. As we rose to continue our journey, the river seemed to sing in harmony with the Buddha's teachings, its melody gentle yet powerful. Each step we took carried the Buddha's lesson, a quiet resolve to embrace the flow of life with softness and strength. The Buddha walked ahead, his presence steady and grounding, while the river's voice accompanied us. We carried his words within our hearts, determined to remain soft and adaptable amidst a world often hardened by struggle. In his silence, we found the loudest truths, echoing within our own souls. Another day, another journey through a small village, where the fields and homes bore the marks of relentless drought. The villagers, faces etched with despair, approached the Buddha and his disciples, their voices heavy with lament. "Master," they said, "our crops fail, our wells run dry, and hope escapes us like water in the sand." The Buddha listened silently, his presence a calm amidst their storm of worry, and gestured toward a wilting lotus garden nearby. Its flowers, once vibrant and proud, now drooped, their petals browned and brittle under the unforgiving sun. The sight weighed on the hearts of all who saw it. The villagers exclaimed, "These lotuses were the pride of our village, a symbol of life and beauty. Now they wither before us." The Buddha stepped forward, his gaze fixed upon the garden, and then turned to face the villagers, his expression serene. "Do you not see the beauty that remains?" he asked gently, his words like a breeze stirring stagnant air. The villagers looked puzzled, their eyes scanning the garden as if searching for the beauty the Buddha described. One finally spoke, "Master, what beauty can there be in decay and death?" The Buddha bent down and carefully plucked a single wilted lotus from the soil, holding it up for all to see. "This lotus," he said, "though faded, carries the essence of beauty and life. It stands, even in adversity, without complaint." His words silenced the murmurs, drawing their attention fully to the fragile flower in his hand. He continued, "This world often scorches and tests us. Yet the soft heart, like this lotus, offers beauty despite its struggles." Turning to his disciples, the Buddha asked, "What lesson does this flower teach us, even as it faces the harshest conditions?" One disciple, Ananda, replied, "Master, it shows us that even in suffering, there is a quiet resilience, a strength in simply enduring." The Buddha smiled, his approval evident. "Indeed," he said, "to endure with grace, to remain soft in spirit, is the true strength of the lotus." He knelt and pressed the wilted flower gently back into the soil, his movements deliberate and reverent. "Even when this flower falls, its essence will nourish the earth, preparing the way for new life to grow." His actions and words carried a profound stillness, a reminder of the cycles of existence. The Buddha then turned to the villagers, his gaze warm yet piercing. "In your lives, too, you will face droughts of the soul, times of hardship and loss. But like the lotus, you must remain rooted in compassion and humility, offering beauty even amidst struggle." A child among the villagers stepped forward, holding a lotus bud that had yet to bloom. "Master," the child asked, "will this flower bloom, even if the drought continues?" The Buddha took the bud gently, cradling it as he replied, "This bud holds potential, just as each of you holds the seed of resilience within." He placed the bud back into the child's hands. His touch light yet purposeful. "Water it with kindness. Shield it with patience. And it will bloom, even if the world around it seems harsh." His words sparked hope in the hearts of the villagers. A small flame rekindled where only ashes remained. The Buddha addressed his disciples again. His voice steady and clear. "The armor of compassion and humility does not shield us from hardship but allows us to bloom." Within it, he gestured to the garden, now viewed with new eyes by all present. Even in its withered state, it teaches us to remain soft, to give, and to endure. The villagers bowed low, their gratitude evident, and one spoke, "Master, your words have watered our spirits, reminding us of the strength we carry within." The Buddha nodded, his expression gentle yet firm. "Carry this lesson in your hearts, for it will sustain you through life's storms and droughts." As we prepared to leave, the villagers promised to tend to the lotus garden, their spirits renewed with purpose and hope. The Buddha walked ahead, his presence as grounding as the earth beneath our feet, leading us forward on the journey. In his silence, we found truths that resonated louder than any sound. Each step we took carried the Buddha's lesson. A resolve to bloom despite life's trials, to remain soft and strong. The wilted lotuses became a symbol, not of despair, but of resilience, a testament to the enduring power of compassion. We moved on, hearts open, minds at peace, and spirits aligned with the flow of life. The scholar bowed his head deeply, his pride crumbling like leaves before the wind. "I see now that my arrogance blinded me to the essence of your teachings," he admitted. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.